Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the shed, ladies and gentlemen of the axe and the saw. Today we have something very exciting in the former category from Latvia. So if you know, do you know anything axey in Latvia? Maybe you do. Maybe you're a super geek like me and know about things from Latvia. So this is very exciting. This is my first proper hand forged. I don't know, maybe some of my other axes are hand forged, but this is what I'd call, I don't know, what would you call stuff like this? Like artisan, hand forged, small batch, maybe forged? I don't know. I had to open it when it arrived earlier because it is very exciting. It's a very cool piece. But yeah, I'll do a bit of an unboxing for you and you can have a look. So I'll put this down on something and then I'll put you up and you can sort of see firsthand what we've got. They're very exciting. Okay, packages from Latvia. Look at this. I wanted to like put it back in its packaging and then repackage it just to show you how good the packaging is. So this is all shrink wrapped, and then we've got this lovely little cardboard box, lots of little cardboard wrapping. Oh, I want to hide it from you. Can I hide it from you a bit better? Can we hide? Let's go that side. So then it's all wrapped up in the cardboard and I had to pick all the cardboard out of it, and then it was wrapped again in all of this, all shrink wrapped in this wrapping again like that, and then you had to unwrap it and then there it is. So as you probably guessed, this is well, you might not have guessed what it is actually. See if you can guess down below. But this is from ML Forged in Latvia. I think someone correct me if I'm wrong. The guy's name is Marsis Lepins, maybe is how you pronounce it. I've looked at his axes for a long time now in the axe groups, and he always posts them up. And look, you can see it's all rough. It's all rough in the places you want it to be rough, and it's beautifully sharpened to this edge. So this is what Marcis calls a forest axe, and he posted this up in the axe groups a couple of weeks ago because he'd made, I think he had one extra or he had one that hadn't been claimed. So I jumped on it. I've been after a slightly lighter axe for a while now. I want to get into doing a bit of chopping. So you can still, this is like a general purpose as I understand it. So it's not super thin. Still got a bit of wedge to it, but it's thin enough that it will chop. Quite a thin. Can't get you to focus, sorry. It just wants to focus on that nice Army 181 box. So there you go. Oh, that's really good actually. Look at that focus. So yeah, it's not crazy thin, but it does come right down to quite a narrow angle. Let's get the angle gauge actually here. Let's get the angle gauge out and just have a look at that. Look at the gloss. Look at the shine on it. Beautiful. Yeah, let's get the angle gauge and then you can see how he's sharpened this. I can tell you what, it is damn sharp. Hang on a sec, let me get the gauge. Here we go. eBay angle gauge thingamy. So what is this at? 20. Oh yeah, pretty much bang on. Come on, focus camera, focus. There you go. Oh, maybe not quite, maybe a little bit tighter than 20 degrees. 17. I know there are people watching this channel that know much more about axes than I do. I think that's pretty much 17 and a half. The 15 is too, yeah, it doesn't go into the 15 properly. Goes into the 17. So 17 and a half, and it's slightly, maybe it's a little bit less than 20. Yeah, it's definitely less than 20, isn't it? Let's say, I think that's pretty much bang on that 17 and a half. So I think that's a perfect chopping angle, 17 and a half, 18 degrees, but not down. What do the competition axes go down to? About 15, 16 degrees maybe? I'm not sure. Just look, look at the reflection. You can see all the bits of my workshop I don't want you to see. Look at that. Look at that. 394 XP. And look at that. The good old Ron Smith and Co. 500i. So yeah. I know the other thing we need to do. We need to weigh this. So yeah, forest axe. Universal use pretty much. Let me put the old angle gauge away and I'll get the scales out and we can have a look. Okay. Marcis, I'm sure, said to me that it was 1.5 kilos. So let's, oh, there you go, 1,400 grams. There you go. For you guys in the America, 3 pounds 2 ounces. So yeah, I've been after an axe in this sort of weight class for a while actually. I've been chatting with Owen, who has got a UK axe channel, Revolution Race, I keep calling his thing, although I think it might say Revolution Arse, I'm not quite sure. Hello Owen, if you're watching. Owen makes lovely handles, by the way, when he can get his hand on some ash. So handles is the next thing we can talk about with this actually. But yeah, Owen's been telling me all about the axe challenges, the cordwood challenge, and the can you fell and buck and split a tree in a day challenge. And there's a few challenges about in the UK in the axe community, which are all to do with keeping the old axe skills alive actually, which I'm quite keen to get into. So let's go and look at some of the other axes, and then maybe the handles that I've got and some stuff like that. And let's have a chat about what we're going to do with this. Tell you what, it's shut. Oh, listen to that. Listen to the ring. Amazing. I can't remember this. I think this is G. Did he say G95 steel? It's all on Marcis's website. So ML Forge. Do check out the website. I know he's got some more axes for sale at the moment, actually. But they're just stunning bits. You put it on the wall. Lovely. I can now see why people just put these things on the wall. Okay, so I've got you back up there just to show you a few bits, really. So here's one of my favourite sort of splitting axes. This really nice Plum. There you go, Plum USA Tassie. Sorry, I know the light's not best from this angle. But yeah, if you have a look, this is, well, it's actually got a bigger edge. Bigger edge, look. And the pole is way smaller. So it's that classic sort of style of axe. Much bigger cutting edge. And a few bits. And then, well, yeah, so we've got, I haven't really told you about this before, but I have got this Tuatahi China head here, which there's a bit of a sad story to. Sorry, Owen. But yeah, so you can see from a racing axe head, it's much smaller. I'm surprised how big the cutting edge is on it, actually. Interesting, isn't it? And yeah, if you compare it to something like, here is a Kelly Dandenong. Basically the same size cutting edge. I don't know if you can see that very well. I know the light's not great in here, guys, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, if you look at this Kelly Dandenong, very similar length edge. But obviously the Kelly Dandenong is easily a pound heavier, actually. Oh, I'd forgotten. This is a Kelly Dandenong, but made in England. That must be a rare thing. Unfortunately, it's got a cracked pole, as most Tassies end up with. So yeah. The other thing, of course, is a handle. At the moment, the only handle I've got is this American hickory handle, 30-inch handle, which it would be kind of cool on that. Wow, it kind of nearly fits straight away. Wow, look at that. So it would be kind of cool on that, but it feels maybe a little bit, just ever so slightly too long. So I'm not sure. I'm going to see Owen hopefully this weekend and catch up with him. Maybe it'd be nice to put it on a really nice handmade handle. So maybe we'll put it on one of Owen's handmade handles, a little 28-inch one. So something much more like, where is it? This one. This really nice. Well, this is probably a 28 as well, actually. So yeah, something like this 28 that I've got this high test on. Something like that. Wow, it's interesting looking at all the dimensional differences. It's much longer than a Tassie. Very interesting. But yeah, Owen makes some really pretty handles. So it'd be nice to put it on one of them. What do you think, Owen? What should we put it on? The eye, if you're watching this, Owen, the eye, that fits straight in. And this is just one of those faithful hickory off the shelf 30 by, what does it say? 30 by 2.5. So a 2.5-inch eye, you know, it's nearly there. Oh, it's tempting just to bang it on that quick, but I might wait. How does that feel? Wow, that feels crazy. What's the weight like? Yeah, so it does. Yeah, you probably want it. The handle is a little bit too heavy for that. Maybe. Not that I know much about it, but you know, from what I gather, you want your balance point right there, don't you? But it's more, this is more of an all-round axe. So yeah, from what I can gather, this is a forest axe. So it's the sort of thing you go and do, you know, some of the beardy coffee drinking axe things, isn't it? So you go off and, you know, make camp and split a bit of wood and make your fire and all of that. Not quite, I don't know, I'm not really into these new definitions of axes. So if you can educate me, I'd be very much appreciative, really. So, you know, it's built to just do a bit of everything, isn't it? Not major chopping, but I bet it would. So it's a bit like, oh, what's that other, oh, I can't remember the axe type now. There's another axe type, which is sort of a light chopping axe in that kind of £3-ish range. Damn, this is sharp. Yeah, that sort of £3-ish range, which is just a useful all-round axe. So yeah, what I keep meaning to say, let me check your recording still. So yeah, I want to get into some chopping. Obviously all the axes I've got are splitters. So I've got lots of Tassies, nice Tassies up there, high test Forester, forged high test, plums, all those sorts of things. Great splitting axes, not great chopping axes. So I want to get more into chopping, and like I said earlier, I want to try some of those challenges actually. The cordwood challenge, the other ones. If you're in the UK and you're a UK axe person, please list down some of what those challenges are, because I'm really keen to give them a go. What did I find the other day? Interestingly, this axe, this one, which I love, this kind of really corroded old story, the one I did a video on this, which I think is a high test. Don't know why it's got that big 6 in it. I'd love to know that. But yeah, this guy, which you'd have to say was a proper Tassie profile, actually is a great chopper. I had some of that ash lying around and had a go at chopping, and yeah, I did actually manage to buck. You know, I managed to get through the bit of wood, so that was interesting. Wow, I tell you what, that's noticeably lighter to pick up after that. And I think that's a 4-pounder. So yeah, that's what I want to do. It's just whether I get impatient and put it on this handle, or whether I wait to the weekend, or see if I can find a handle from Owen. By the way, if you are in the UK, let me know where you're buying your handles. I used to buy a few of these hickory, off-the-shelf, faithful handles in 2012, 30. I don't really want anything longer than about 32 nowadays, I find. So this 30-inch is a great sort of all-rounder handle, I find, for me. But I can't get them anymore. No one seems to have any stock anymore. So let me know where you're getting them from, unless you know a nice Owen or someone who's making handmade ones. Yeah, let me know who's making your axe handles for you. But anyway, I've bored you enough about this beautiful head now. I'll let you go, and we'll see you again soon on the next video. If you're new here, do consider a subscribe, and if you've enjoyed this video and you've made it through this far, and you like the ring of steel, then do give us a like and a share and stuff, and I don't know, point your axe mates over here, or your saw mates, and we can all have fun together in the evenings. Other than that, have a great evening, and whatever you're chopping or chainsawing, I hope it goes really well for you, and I hope you get to have some fun soon. Take it steady, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.